Hello my friends, my name is Nin. Thank you so much for joining my practice today. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and you'll receive weekly free yoga classes. Today's class is a restorative yoga with pillows session, and it'll come as no surprise that for the props you will need today, you'll need some cushions or some pillows or some blocks as well. This will help you in our restorative yoga session when we stay in the poses for 3 to 4 minutes to just get comfortable, feel relaxed, and to be able to sink into the postures a little more. Now, just a quick word about our sponsor for today's class. Our sponsor today is Levitex, and it's their mission to create and optimize sleep posture. Now, they've been kind enough to gift me one of their pillows, and I tried it for a couple of nights, and I can safely and sincerely say that I woke up feeling a lot better. No aches and pains in my neck, because I was using a much more suited pillow to my posture, and I adjusted my sleep position. So if you would like to try these, visit their website and you can get a pillow that's suitable for your size, and you can find out a bit more about why sleep posture is so important. But as we spend almost, if you live till say you're 75, we will spend 25 years of our lives asleep, and we put so much effort into our shoe size, our office chair, suitable clothes, that we often forget that we spend a third of our life sleeping, and it's just as important to look after your body when you're asleep. And the science behind this invention is that these types of pillows or mattresses create just the correct level of comfort and resistance. They're also a very green organisation, so for every pillow that's created, 2 trees will be planted to offset the carbon footprint. So grab something comfortable, come down onto your mat, and let's begin. The first pose we're going to begin in is easy pose. So having your legs crossed here, just closing your eyes, looping the shoulders round, and use this as an opportunity to get comfortable. So if you want to grab your pillow and sit on this, you can do that too, or maybe a block. And just coming up, letting your knees sink to the ground, having your heart above your hips. Your head above your heart, your shoulders away from your ears, and just elongate the spine, sinking into the ground. And then just let your head drop to the right hand side, feeling that stretch on the left hand side. And then just rolling your head forward to your chin, and then over towards the left hand side. Feeling that stretch now on the right. And then come back down to center and over again to the right hand side. Roll your head down to the center and up towards the left. Come back to the middle and just hunch your shoulders, shrug them up and then down, and then interlace your hands behind you, bringing your shoulder blades together. I'm just going to do a few warm up stretches before we go in to our extended poses. And then coming down onto the mat, grabbing your pillows or blocks. I'm just going to turn around, but you can stay where you are just as long as you've got something to rest your legs on, to cushion against the floor. And then Having your knees either bent like this, slightly in the middle, your spine straight, I'd then like you to put your pillows on your legs and slowly begin to lean forward. Forehead down. And just begin to relax into our first forward fold. And like I said, we're going to be here for 2 minutes, so make sure you get comfortable. If you need to, grab a block and maybe put that on top as well, just to bring you to a really restful pose. And as you go through the poses, you might be able to sink deeper and deeper, bringing out your hands beside you, almost like a rag doll. Feeling the back elongate as you sink further. Unclench your jaw, unfurrow your brow, and don't worry about any to-do lists right now. This time is yours. And feel yourself sinking and surrendering into the mat. Let gravity do the work here. Just finding your edge, but don't take it so far. We're not looking to stretch here too much or push ourselves to the point where we're really uncomfortable. Let your feet flop out to the side and just take 5 more breaths here. Feeling your thoracic spine elongate, the pressure taken off your lumbar spine. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, beautiful. And putting your hands down on the mat, slowly begin to walk up. Don't create too much of a movement that you get dizzy, just slowly come up. And now I'm going to come down a bit closer to the mat as we take a child's pose. Now this is going to be a restorative type child's pose. So opening up your knees on the side of the mat and placing your pillows out in front of you, we're going to walk forward into child's pose. So again here, having your forehead resting on something, feeling that opening up in your pelvis and in your hips. And if you need to, just come out towards the right hand side here, just so you can find air and also so you can stretch your neck slightly. Feeling that opening up sensation in your pelvis, and again stretching through your spine, trying to bring your pelvis down towards your heels. And then maybe you can turn the other way, just to balance out a stretch on the other side of your neck. Opening up your heart down into the ground, just rooting down, feeling the sensations and noticing the thoughts that might come across you. But just usher them away for the time being and focus on your breathing, allowing yourself time to reconnect to your breathing. Taking an inhale and then an exhale. Walking up, back up into a seated position and bringing the soles of your feet together, and just let your knees drop out to the side. Now here, again, you might want to use a pillow just to come down to as we sink forward into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. And if you like as well, you can grab some blocks and put them underneath your knees just so you've got that extra support. Maybe put your hands underneath your pillows and just come down. And maybe using your elbows to open up your knees. Just feeling your pelvis open. Again, this is a really good grounding pose, opening up those tight hips. And the hips are often where we hold a lot of emotion or tension. So just let them loosen up and stretch out. Now we're going to just slowly coming up, placing our pillows just to the side here, moving the blocks over to one side momentarily and just scoot your hips forward, but keeping in the Baddha Konasana pose, opening up the hips. Now getting your blocks and maybe pushing them under the knees again, we're going to take reclined butterfly pose. Supta Baddha Konasana. So here I want you to take a pillow and just place it behind your head and slowly coming down with your spine onto the mat, and just realign yourself if you need to. Let your knees drop out to the side, breathing in, trying to keep your pelvis in a neutral pose. Maybe bringing your index finger down towards your pelvis and having your thumbs touching your navel so you form a diamond type shape here. And then you can observe as you inhale the stomach rising and tilting the hands down towards the earth. And as you inhale, the pubic bone and the pelvis should come up and your stomach should sink down. So keeping yourself in that neutral position. And if you like here, and if it's available, maybe taking your arms over your head and just relaxing into the ground. Taking a deep inhale through your lungs here. Expanding your rib cage, taking the air up into your lungs, and then exhale. Bringing your knees together now, and maybe rock your legs from side to side. And then just moving the blocks over to one side for now. Then bring your left leg over your right and let your knees collapse out to the right hand side. And if this is too much, just uncross your legs. Let them collapse out to the side, and then bringing the arms beside you and looking out over your left shoulder. And then slowly bringing your legs up to center, the soles of your feet onto the mat. Just bringing your knees into your chest and giving yourself a little hug here. Hugging your knees into your chest, swaying from side to side. And then bringing the soles of your feet onto the mat. This time we're going to bring our right leg over our left and let our knees collapse out towards the left hand side. And if you need to, maybe just scoot your hips back over towards the right, just to create that resistance. Then having your hands out to the side again. This time look out over your right shoulder and feel that amazing twist in the spine. Inhale and exhale. And these twists are really good for detoxification. Not whilst you sleep, but just for a moment whilst you stretch out to relieve yourself from the day. Or maybe this is a stretch you're doing first thing in the morning. Just inhale, exhale, and relax into the mat. Relax into your pillow. Into the soft material. Take a final inhale here, and then bringing your neck back to center. Uncross the legs. Maybe sway your knees from side to side. And now we're going to come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So if you would like to, grab another pillow or maybe grab your blocks and just elevate your feet slightly onto them and come down onto your pillow here. Relaxing into the mat, having your hands out beside you, let your feet drop to the side. Unclench your teeth, unfurrow your brow. Inhale, and picturing some air going into your face and just loosening up any tension in your temples, your jaw. That air will then move through your throat into your lungs, purifying and creating oxygen for the blood. And breathe in deeply into the stomach. And feel the air go through the pelvis, into the thighs, into the legs, hugging your calves, and finally down to your feet. And focus maybe on one thing that you're grateful for in your life right now. It can be something really small, like the meal you might have tonight, the fact that you might have heard from a long lost friend, or just that you've had time to practice yoga today. Just focus on that thought. Maybe you'll feel a smile come to your face as you feel easy and eased of the tension of life. Now you're welcome to stay here for as long as you can. But if you'd like to join me, just begin to take a few deep inhales and exhales. Stretching your hands over your head, opening up your heart, stretching your toes, the largest stretch you've done all day. And then just come to the side and push yourself up into a seated position. Back to where we began. And now bring your hands to our hearts. We bow and say Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this restorative yoga class today. I hope you feel much more grounded, comfortable, relaxed, and I hope you have a great night's sleep or a great day ahead of you. Thank you for joining me. See you again on the mat soon. Namaste.